How yins doing? Bungie didn't do so well with Halo ODST, but it looks like they're trying to make another game without Master Chief called Halo Reach. I am Noble 6, a lieutenant who was added to the Noble team in order to help out with Reach. The other Nobles are Kat, Emil, Carter, George, and June. I'm going into a dead zone to find rebels, and let me get the same words out of the way. Halo, shoot, gun. They got rid of dual wielding, so they're bastards for that, but in exchange, I have armor abilities such as sprinting, jetpack, and armor ground smack thingy. I found a place where a platoon was ambushed. And then my platoon got ambushed by elites. Like they're good. Yeah, there were never rebels. The Covenant is on Reach. I protect the base from being captured and meet Dr. Halsey. The Covenant is attempting to invade Reach, but hey, I'm a Spartan. I kick their ass. This may be harder than I thought. So Kat comes up with a plan to destroy the Covenant carrier by flying up there with a slip space drive in order to destroy it. Simple enough. How do I get to space? Buy a f***ing rocket ship. For the first time in the Halo franchise, you get space combat, which feels like this should have happened at least once. But it didn't. Then I do Halo stuff like get on a Covenant ship, put essentially a bomb on a Covenant ship, and George having to manually arm the bomb and sacrificing himself. Wait, what? Halo is not afraid to kill off a character, but George's death felt heavier than the other ones for some reason. The entire next mission, I just tried to get back with the other nobles, but I just couldn't stop thinking about George's death. But the war must go on. I can't let a death bring me down, especially since I have all of the other nobles like Carter, Emil, and Kat. What is with this game? They just want this to hurt. But all I can do is move on. I get to a secret underground base where Dr. Halsey has made an AI named Cortana. Cortana has information to end this war and has chosen me to be her escort off Reach, because it has practically already fallen to the Covenant. June joins Dr. Halsey and Carter flies us as close to the drop-off as he can, but gets shot on the way, so I have to go the rest of the way on foot. He's next, I can feel it. I blast through enemies and, oh, a Scarab. I've handled these before, and Carter's going to provide aerial support. This'll be easy.
You're on your own, Noble. Carter out.
Called it! I fight off waves of Covenant and Captain Keyes comes down and receives Cortana, meaning Emil and I can get off Reach.
I'm ready! How about you?
I'm immune to it. Nah, I don't feel anything. So I help protect the supercarrier, escape with Cortana, so hopefully this war can end. Now I just have to get off Reach. You think the joke would have gotten old by now. I die and that's the end of the game. Halo Reach was good. It definitely had the best story out of all of the Halos, but was it fun? Yeah, it's the best in the series, but it gave me depression. I don't know what Bungie was thinking when they decided to kill off almost every noble.
Okay, all you need to do is throw this dart at the dartboard.
Rude!
So only June has to die, right? So only June has to die, right?
I'm amazed as to how much Bungie has grown in their ability to tell a good story. Reach just sticks better than any other Halo game, but it's only because of its shock value. What else can I possibly say about the story? It was eventful and there were sacrifices. The shooting and driving are still incredible, and I love the new aerial combat that they made. Now for the armor abilities. Everyone for some reason just hates the idea of a Spartan being able to run. Personally, I think they add a lot to the game and it gives me more than just walking around everywhere. Yeah, I like mechanics in games. The best part is that every character is different. You know, between ODST and Reach, it's been nice to play as someone other than... he should have died in Halo 3. I watched a cutscene of Dr. Halsey explain how the Spartans are made and the fact that they're socially awkward. Master Chief is woken up and Cortana explains that the ship I am on is being boarded by the Covenant, in which the elites hate me again. Is it because I'm awkward to talk to? There is something bigger going on, as it's not just the Covenant who wants me dead, and now Cortana is dying. To fix her, we have to find Dr. Halsey on Earth. So I do the complete opposite and tunnel to the center of Requiem, the planet I'm on. I find out that the other people who want me dead are the Promethean Knights, created by the Forerunners. Yeah, the very same race who built the rings. Well, add them to the list of enemies against the UNSC. Allies are attempting to get close and save me, but that's a bad idea and I can't tell them to stop. So I shut down 2 beam pylons and attempt to communicate to them. Turns out I just helped this thing escape prison. So yeah, I f***ed up. This Forerunner is named Erdidak, who created the Promethean Knights and was put into exile for being a little bitch, and something about attempting to destroy the human race. The ship Infinity entered the planet's orbits but crash landed, and now I need to save them. Infinity never came to save me. They've been finding the remaining Halo rings in order to study them, but Forerunner artifacts gave them coordinates to Requiem. So I blew stuff up and met another Forerunner, the Librarian. She tells me that Erdidak is looking for a device called the Composer in order to kill the greatest enemy of the Forerunners, Master Chief. Yeah, I'm just that much of a badass. She then gave me a massive dump of lore. The Forerunners were at war with humans until the Flood showed up, so Erdidak digitized some Forerunners, but they could never go back to flesh. He then proceeded to enslave humans and turn them into Promethean Knights and got a hold of the Composer and was about to eliminate the Flood. The Librarian and other Forerunners stopped and imprisoned him on Requiem. She also planted genes into the human race in order to create humans who were immune to the Composer and then made me immune to the Composer. So I hope you got all that. I attempted to stop Erdidak from escaping Requiem, but Cortana just keeps malfunctioning and he escapes. So I attempted suicide, but a ship was in the way and I get to the 3rd Halo ring. Erdidak gets the Composer and uses it on the station. Holy shit! I have to stop this motherfucker before he uses it on Earth. I grab a nuke, rip off Star Wars, and Cortana uses her malfunctioning personality to override the Composer's shields. I attempt to kill Erdidak, but that jagoff cheated. But so did Cortana. I use a grenade to blow him over the bridge, so I guess he's dead. And I blow up the nuke, destroying the Composer and sacrificing myself. Oh, come on, Cortana, let me die already. No, not you. Yeah, Cortana killed herself because she was malfunctioning, and that's the end of the game. Halo 4 was actually fantastic. It took some getting used to, as this was not made by Bungie and you can immediately feel the different developing styles. But 343 Industry did an excellent job at bringing back Halo. As much as I keep saying Master Chief should have died in Halo 3, I'm so happy to see another one of his adventures. Honestly, this was better than Halo Reach. Reach had the shock value of death in order to make it into an incredible game, but Cortana's death touched more than any death in Reach, mainly because we knew about her for 3 games and we only knew Noble Team for 1 game. The lore dump in this game is overwhelming. It was just a lot at once, as if they ran out of time to fit it into the game, so they just had the Librarian say it in a monologue. The final boss was underwhelming. They could have made this an epic battle between Chief and Erdidak, but no, they settled for a QuickTime event boss. Overall, it was an incredible story. The game looks so f***ing gorgeous now that we're on the Xbox One, and the maps were so well made with a good mixture of linearity and an open battlefield. The Xbox One also allowed the game to be bigger, and it was bigger. Not in terms of campaign length, but like there was a mammoth. Overall, this is an incredible return to form and an excellent entry for Halo. I like 343 as a developer, and I sure hope they don't mess things up. They're gonna mess it up, huh? I start by seeing Dr. Halsey with another Cortana, which makes sense, it's probably a flashback. Cortana is still dead. I start as the leader of Fireteam Osiris, Locke, on a mission to find Dr. Halsey. Then I play as Master Chief, so they're taking on the Halo 2 approach of playing multiple characters, which is refreshing to see. Master Chief is the leader of the Blue Team, who is tasked with killing the Covenant, which I'm really good at this point. Master Chief gets visions of Cortana, which is understandable. He probably has PTSD, she is still dead. But now he wants to go to a planet called Meridian. So I'm seeing what's happening on Infinity and...
Cortana's alive?
Cortana's alive? Yeah, Cortana's alive. Sure, go ahead, just waste the f***ing ending of the last game. Halo 5 is awful. Just absolute trash. They can do whatever they want in this game. They've already ruined it in my eyes. I have so much more respect for Reach now. At least that game kept his characters dead. Buck's here from ODST. That's cool, I guess, but everything about this game is complete dog shit. But I might as well continue so that I'm prepared for Halo Infinite. So I make it to Meridian as Team Osiris, probably in search of Team Blue. I find Master Chief and Locke just gets his ass handed to him, and his team can do nothing but watch. Team Blue ends up on this beautiful planet and Cortana is there. I'm still mad. Team Osiris uses the Arbiter's help to get onto a Guardian and go to the planet Master Chief is on. Master Chief gets to Cortana and he is actually against her. So it's good to know he's not a simp. So she does the logical thing and puts him into a spear jar. Cortana initiates all of the Guardians, but Locke is able to save the Chief and that's the end of the game. I feel like it is as bad and not as bad as people believe. This should not be Halo 5 Guardians, it should have just been called Halo Guardians, as this is Locke's story, not Master Chief's. They didn't need to make a numbered Halo game, it could have made this into a mission that happened during a different time in Halo. My biggest pet peeve other than Cortana being back is that there's a lot of unnecessary stuff. You could have taken out all of Master Chief's missions, anything about the Arbiter, and suddenly you still have an okay Halo game. They also could have kept Master Chief the cutscenes if they wanted to keep the story of Cortana being evil. But no, this is what they gave us. For some reason, after I beat the game, I thought the story was okay, and I'm curious as to how they're going to expand it. The gameplay is too fast. Not because I'm old, which I'm not. It feels as though they tried to make it like Call of Duty, but this is not Call of Duty, this is Halo. The graphics look incredible. That's really the only good thing I can think of, but then sometimes you can see individual frames. What else can I say? I'm disappointed. But it wasn't as bad as I've heard. And you know what? I did it! I accomplished what I set out to do!
I did it. I beat all of the Halo games. Oh, I forgot about the multiplayer.
Bad, bad, good, non-existent, good, bad, good. No, I will not explain myself. Fuck you.